The lion has arrived! And I guess some other things, but mostly the lion's here.
Hello and welcome to Miniatures Rundown. I'm Mitchell.
I'm Joshua.
And today we are covering the new releases for the 21st?
22nd. Today's the 20th.
Yeah, today's the 20th. So the 21st.
Hashtag blaze it.
22nd. Oh yeah, hashtag blaze it. I forgot until like 2 p.m.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't past 4. And we have a bunch of good stuff. Some returning models that we've seen before. Some brand new models that had not seen a release yet.
And some brand new models with returning models we've seen before.
Yeah. Isn't it weird how that works?
Yeah. Well, we're going to save the best for last, unfortunately. Sorry.
We are. So
That's how YouTube works.
that is how YouTube works. You
want to start with the worst one?
The dice?
Oh, I was going to say the worst model.
Oh. I still don't know which one that is. Is it this one?
Yeah. So, first things first, we've got Commander Dante. We talked about this.
Yeah. His model looks pretty bad.
Well, pulled out of the box, maybe it's better when it's not painted in GW style?
That's possible. It's possible. It is mono sprue. It is. Let's see the detail on the face. Where's his face? Dang it. It doesn't have a head. There it is. It's just backwards. There it is. Zoom in real good on that face. No, I think it still looks
So
bad.
the problem is, the thing that we don't like about this model is not actually any of the sculpting.
No,
it's the pose.
It's the pose.
It's entirely the pose.
Why is he doing that? Oh, that's bad glare.
Now,
That's still bad glare. Woo.
if I may look at the sprue real
Yeah,
quick.
I'll let you. I'll allow it.
What I want to look at is how easy would this be to repose? Because the pose is what I hate.
Yeah,
Now,
the pose is really bad.
I'll go ahead and put it back. The thing about Space Marines is that they're often fairly easy to repose because you can just resculpt the rubber.
Yeah.
If that's what you repose on the joint.
Just cut it on the joint, make the rubber.
And now he does have one arm that is connected to the body. That will be a pain in the butt to repose. But I think really the only thing you need to repose is to get him off his stupid tactical rock, his high jump rock.
And that actually doesn't look that bad.
If you cut him off that rock and put him on the ground, the pose he has is not bad. But for right now, it doesn't look like he's taking off, and it doesn't look like he's landing.
No. It's the worst of all jump pack models. They could have... No, because he could have been on a clear flying stand, and I wouldn't have liked that.
Yeah, that would be worse, but they don't put heroes in clear flying stands.
No, they don't.
Not in Space Marines, anyway.
That's true. Yeah, not a fan. But I'm not a Blood Angels player, so maybe Blood Angels players are losing their mind over him. But not me.
We'll have to ask Cody.
We'll have to ask Cody. In line...
Speaking of Blood Angels players losing their mind, or not.
Do you want the cool gold and red dice?
They're so bad.
They're very bad. This is, I think I said this last time, as much as I don't like the GW dice, this is probably one of the worst ones I've seen. It looks really bad.
Yeah.
It looks slightly better in person than it did in the picture.
This is true, but it's still bad.
It's still bad.
Now, let's stay in the theme of single models being re-released. And let's open, now, we did an opening of the Wrath of the Soul-Forged King, right?
Yes, so we already saw this.
So we've shown off this sprue, link up there,
Yeah.
already. But this is the solo re-release. Something that we commented on in the Sunday rundown is that this is one of the quickest turnarounds between confined to box and released solo that we've seen in quite a long time.
Yeah, I don't know if impressive is the word.
I guess go ahead and pull out Vashtorr too.
Yeah, because they were in the same box. Whoopsie.
Oh, how much is Dante running by himself?
Dante, good question. Does not have a price.
Okay. Azrael's 45. Vashtorr is how much?
$100
Yeah.
by himself. That's
$100 for the 9x1x6 box.
Yep.
Like the smallest non-character box they use.
Yeah.
He's a big model, but I was expecting in the line of 80 or 90. I think we talked about this.
Yeah. I think with as thin as he is, I was thinking 80.
Yeah, he's not that beefy. He's not that big.
No. But man, $100 is kind of disappointing.
We've talked about both these models before on Sprue. Again, same like the Wrath of the Soul-Forged King video we did.
Yep.
Vashtorr is an amazing looking model, but between his rules being awful,
Yeah.
like not even kind of bad, just bad.
Yeah.
And his model not being that big, I am really disappointed in how high that price is.
Yeah, I agree. If you can find Wrath the Soulforge King and you want this model, pick it up now. Because, man, buying this guy by himself for half the price of that box.
And there are going to be weirdos who don't like the new Terminators coming with 10th edition who will pay for those old Terminators?
Yep.
Those old Terminators. Terminators. Good heavens. Those old Terminators in a few years.
Yeah, and I think...
So you'll make your money back.
I think right now is a decent time to be selling some Dark Angels.
Sure,
I think.
Sure darn is.
So yeah, price not so much. Sculpts,
and the Azrael price is, I mean,
this is in line with
it's in line with GW, which is to say stupid expensive for a single character.
A Primaris named character, leader of a faction, basically. Like, it makes sense. Just disappointed with Vashtorr.
Yeah, very disappointing.
I might have to pick up the. Maybe this was their plan all along, is to inflate this price so people will pick up Wrath the Soulforge King.
Yeah, I wonder if they sold out on that or not quickly.
I don't think they
did. Ooh, conspiracy time.
We'll see.
Let's go ahead and open some. So we joked about. We'll leave the book for last because the book and the model are kind of.
That's true. They go
two
together.
peas in a pod. We joked about the obligatory Horus Heresy tanks.
Mm-hmm.
I like these more than some previously because of just how silly they are. Go ahead and flip that over on the box because this is one thing I don't like about Horus Heresy is that the front is just art.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't like when companies do that. It's one of my least favorite things about the Conquest game, actually.
Really?
Is that they put art on the front and not pictures of the dang models.
That's true.
I want pictures of the dang models.
Yep.
I want to know what I'm buying, not the idea of what I'm buying. And what you're buying with this for, how much was it? Was there a price on it?
No. For a price here.
What you're buying for this is a Rhino chassis with just the biggest guns you've ever seen.
Yeah. 3 of them.
Glued into it. It's so silly.
It is. Heavy tank destroyer. I'm assuming it destroys some tanks. It's got las cannons and heavy bolters. And why would you put a flamer on a tank destroyer?
In case someone gets close and needs some burninating. No, little people. You shoot a little person with that, it's a wasted shot. It's inefficient.
That's stupid. You give it all of the heavy las cannons.
I'd like to shout out to the person, I forget who in what Discord it was. They called that the Jagd Tiger from Hell.
The what?
If you've ever seen the old World War II tanks that were like German tanks, but they couldn't move, that's called a casemate, because the case is mated to the gun, as in doesn't have a turret. One of them was the Jagd Tiger, which is just like a tiger except molded into one shape and only shoots forward. That's what it is.
Got it.
Except worse.
Yeah, I actually didn't think about that in like the Vindicator, that they have to turn the whole tank to just aim.
Yeah. Which is a thing in real life, usually
Well, yeah.
for tanks that don't need to be up close.
Yeah, fair. They got a big target to shoot at.
But you don't see it very often modern days, because it's kind of...
But in the year 30,000, sorry, they come back to it.
Well, to be fair, the Lehman Russ is a World War I tank with a water-cooled gun. What do you want?
That's fair.
This one,
Have it on the front. Briefly.
Sicarian Venator Tank Hunter.
Venator Tank Hunter.
For 85? 80.
80.
I believe the other one's 82.
Better.
I actually like this model.
Yeah.
It's very silly.
It is very silly, and that's probably why I don't like it.
I like that chassis better than the Rhino chassis.
Yeah, that's fair. I do like this chassis more.
And the tanks that are on that chassis, I just like visually more than I like any of the Rhino chassis tanks.
Yeah, I can actually agree with
the
that.
Sicarian, or the Venator chassis, I should call it by what it is. It's the Venator chassis.
Yeah.
This is also a tank hunter. So
Yeah.
I guess they just went heavy on anti-tank this week.
Well, I mean, they're putting out so many tanks, they have to put out things that kill tanks.
So what you're saying is they put out all these tanks to make a tank meta, and now they're putting out the solution to the tank meta you had to buy.
Yeah. Genius.
Conspiracy.
X-Files theme.
For some reason you said that, and the only thing that came to mind was the Exorcist theme. Dun, 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 dun.
I was going to say I couldn't tell you
That
the
piano
Exorcist
music
thing, but not.
It's not actually the Exorcist theme, it just plays for 30 seconds, but it's iconic. For 140 each, we have the 2 new boarding patrols. We talked about the price breakdowns of these in our Sunday rundown 2 weeks ago. We've got Leagues of Votann and Agents of the Imperium. One of them, very, very predictable.
Yep.
As far as contents, although, as Cody pointed out, this was clearly made before the points nerf.
Yep.
Because you can't take all of that in the boarding patrol.
Yep. They are all minimum squads, and if you take all of it, it's over 500 points.
It's, I believe, 660 points or something
Something
ridiculous like that.
So, yeah, you...
Now, to be fair, I believe this is not the only boarding patrol where that is the case. I think the Custodes one also might be like that, depending on how you build it.
That's true.
But
this one, regardless of build, if you put everything in this box on the table, you don't have enough.
Which
Or,
is,
you have too much.
let's be brutally honest. These boxes are ways to get you to buy lots of models, not to actually use these in boarding patrols.
Yeah. It's especially when they're coming out with ones that have like the wrong models on the front.
Yeah.
And like things that you can't use at all. Like
They're bundle boxes, and they're fine.
bundle boxes, yeah.
This is a fine bundle box. This will get you a decent team. Berserks are amazingly good.
Oh yeah, no, I played against them last week. They absolutely destroyed me.
Yep, Kevin especially wields his Berserks very skillfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin and his dang dwarves. Now, the one we didn't see coming,
Yeah.
kind of out of nowhere, was the Agents of the Imperium boarding patrol.
Yeah, it basically took a bunch of kill teams. Well, I mean, 2 of the same kill team and 1 separate kill team, and put them all in a box.
So 2 boxes of the Breacher squads.
Yep.
And a box of the Elucidian Star Striders.
Yeah. And then not the Vindicare. I always want to say the Vindicare because
The Eversor.
The Eversor assassin.
Sorry, I forgot about that one. With the exception of the Eversor, which is an older model that is not that good.
No.
It's definitely the sillier part of 40K.
If they would have taken this out and put, I can't think of another Agent of the Imperium.
There aren't any good Agents of the Imperium that are plastic.
Yeah,
That
fair.
aren't named characters.
But like some of the other boxes didn't have an HQ. I think this could have been one that didn't, because the assassin's not really required.
He's also not an HQ. I believe he's an elite. If he is an HQ, I
Oh,
don't think he
good
can be your
point.
leader. He's a disposable bomb.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about
you
that.
send him forward, he yells screaming and explodes. That's
But yeah,
there goes our general.
Could have not included him and I'd have been fine with it.
Alicia
Brought price
Vane,
down.
the leader of the Star Traders, is herself an HQ,
That's true.
or at least she used to be. She's a rogue trader.
Yeah, I think you're right. Is that the 40K rules? She is an HQ, and then you can have some like stuff in her squad.
Now, speaking of 40K rules, the problem is with the boarding patrol, which the Agents of the Imperium boarding patrol has, for my money, is the best models box of all the boarding patrols.
Really?
Well, Breachers are amazing models,
Oh yeah, fantastic. Some of my favorites.
and so are the Star Traders.
yeah, not some of my favorites. but
Not some.
still.
They vary wildly because they vary in style.
Mhm.
They're very eclectic, which is
Right.
the point. Except for the Eversor,
Yeah.
which does not hold up.
No.
The problem is that rules-wise, that might be the worst boarding patrol.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Breachers are not great for what they are.
No, as much as I love them, they're pretty bad in 40K.
The idea in boarding patrol is that you take them because they're cheaper infantry.
Yeah.
If you put them in a detachment, they can get OBSEC, and they have decent shields. So if you're playing Custodies or Space Marines, they're still not good.
No. They're 110 points for worse shooting, same wounds, worse armor.
Yeah. And the
Like-
Star Striders are also just awful in 40K.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, really bad. And the Eversor is okay, but not great.
None of the bespoke kill teams have been great, besides the guard ones. I think.
Kazarkin, I think, is it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think
And the
you're right.
veteran guardsmen are okay, still inferior to Acadians, though.
Yeah, fair enough.
They have a place, but they're more expensive for worse. So, but otherwise, great boxes.
Yeah, if you're looking to pick these up, they're great deals. I think they were $220
Yes.
each, so it's like $80 in savings each.
Let's say it again. If you want everything in the box, it's a good deal. If you don't, it's not.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, it's still not terrible if you don't want the assassin, but
If you don't want the assassin and you want 2 boxes of breachers and you didn't buy the kill team box
Yeah.
or the smaller kill team boxes, great deal.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then last but certainly not least, we
Probably, in fact, most.
Yes, in fact, most not least, is we have both the book and, of course, the Lion's Guard.
The Lion's Guard. I will say, the box disappoints me a little bit.
So this is $110. Is this the worst dollar for box size value in 40K? The problem is Vashtor's
That
over
show's
there.
right there, man.
Well, Vashtor's a slightly smaller box, though.
It is a slightly smaller box for slightly less price. We should do a cubic inch.
Hey, Internet, we're very aware that measuring box size for price is the worst possible way to measure value. We're kidding.
You're kidding? I wasn't kidding. So yeah, the Lion, the coolest guy this week, the Grandpappy himself.
One of the most amazing models they've come out with in quite a long time.
Yep, he's fantastic.
And his book.
The book that goes along with him tells the story, boarding action stuff.
I won't spoil it for you. It's very widely known that basically Vashtor's intrusion into the rock, the Dark Angels floating what's left of their planet, basically woke up the Lion, who went around gathering old fallen, who were people who had fallen to chaos, and redeeming them, and then basically comes back for a one-on-one with Angron.
Yep.
I won't spoil who wins or loses. Obviously, the lion completely dies, and his data sheet's been deleted, if you've noticed.
Yeah, they
that
took
was
it
a
off the
joke.
website.
No, I
This
don't.
is not available anymore. That's not a joke.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. We're not going to open the book right now. The book contains boarding patrols, rules for some folks, and some lore.
Yeah.
Same old, same old. The Lion's datasheet is free online. You do not have to buy the book to use the Lion or his guard.
I love that they're doing that.
Yes, thank goodness. They've learned from Psychic Awakening.
Yep.
What's not funny is that this sold out basically immediately.
Yep.
And is currently available on eBay for $300 or $400.
Just for the Lion.
For just the Lion, yeah.
Completely ignoring the Blade Guards that are in here. Just
Which,
for the Lion.
to be fair, you should completely ignore the Blade Guards who are in here.
Hey.
There was no reason to put the Blade Guards in the box. They're not modeled to... If
No,
they
you're
had
right.
put Blade Guards with Dark Angels bent to make them
That would be cool.
his retinue, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
And there are on Forge World, I don't know if you remember them, the Dark Angels Knights.
I do.
Which are amazing looking models. I didn't find them in Adepticon, but if I had.
Yeah.
This went out almost immediately. GW basically threw this to the scalpers, and it's being scalped to absolute heck.
Yep.
If you really want this model, because we're about to show it to you, and it is an amazing model, I really want it to, don't buy it, the scalpers.
No.
This will come out on its own. It'll probably be $100 like Vashtorr.
If it's $100, I'll be surprised. This box is $110 with a $60 box inside. If they gave you this box and these guys are $10, I will be surprised. I think he's going to be 80, but that's what I said about Vashtorr.
This is very true. Either way,
Yeah.
he's going to come out, and
He's going to come out by himself.
I tell you what he won't be. He won't be $300.
No.
Do not pay the scalpers. You don't need it that quickly.
The fact that you are paying them is the fact that the reason they keep doing it.
Starve the beast.
Yeah, starve the beast.
Now, we could talk about GW basically throwing up their hands and going, we got our money either way.
Yeah.
We don't care. Because, they've had queue systems in the past. They've had limited number systems. We could also talk about the fact that they only allocated 2 or 3 boxes to local game stores.
Yep.
Our local game store is one of the largest
Yep.
purveyors of GW stuff in the country, and we got 3.
Yep. It's really disappointing.
Yeah, stop screwing over your local game stores, GW.
This is magic all over again.
Now, however, let's take a crack at this.
Yeah.
Because I do want to see this pro.
I do too. We're going to throw the Blade Guard off to the side.
And jokes aside, when I said there is nothing new about the Blade Guard, I'm not kidding. The Blade Guard are just Blade Guard veterans. They're the multi-part Blade Guard veterans. They're not the single parts from Indomitus.
Right,
so
which is good, I guess.
that's good. But there's nothing new about the Blade Guard. They're completely irrelevant, honestly.
And I did want to see... Oh, is it sealed?
So,
Oh, it's sealed. I can't open it.
yeah, so the art prints, by the way, are not like full-size art prints. They come in an envelope about this big.
Now, so there's 2 options for that. They're either 9x6 or they're folded in half, which is worse.
They're not folded.
They're not folded?
There's no way they're folded. I'm just going to say that right now. There's no way they're folded.
Okay. I'm trusting you here. I mean, not that I'm going to test it or anything.
So let's take a look at that glorious lion spruza.
Spruza. I love it. Very, very famously, they showed off that he has, I think it's 4 heads in here. So you can put him with hood down, hood up, helmet on,
And hood with helmet.
hood with helmet.
Which,
Where does he put the
we were going to say the same joke.
Where does he put the wings?
I saw someone on Twitter who had it be like, spring.
No, he hands them to his little Dark Watchers.
They're detachable. The
He's
wings.
like, boop, here, buddy.
Sticks them on the washer.
That I would love if there was someone that did that. They put the model with the helm and the hood, and then they put the...
The full helm on the watcher.
No, just put the eagle wings.
Wait, no, you know what I want to see? Someone does a version where he's got the full helm and each of the watchers has one of his other heads.
That would be good.
It's a watcher with a very small Lionel Johnson head.
So yeah. Oh my god, he's huge.
Yeah, I mean, he's Primarch, so he's big even for a Space Marine.
Yep.
The Emperor's shield is massive, which makes sense because the Emperor is big for even for a Primarch.
Yep. The shoulder pads are like torso sized for.
Yeah, his
regular
shoulder
Space
pads are
Marines.
as big as the torso of a Space Marine.
That's ridiculous. And yeah, we can compare. Where is a torso? There's one. Look at that. It's his
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm not sure that was in
It wasn't shot.
Yeah, it was a shot. But yeah, the sculpt is gorgeous. I have never wanted to play Dark Angels in my life. I'm like, I almost said Blood Angels. Space Wolves all the way. The rest of the... No, this model made me want to play Dark Angels.
Now, he is playable in all of the
He is currently
chapters.
playable in all chapters.
We talked a little bit about his rules. He's not that great.
No, he's not.
He's good. Like, a lot of hullabaloo has been made about his 20 attacks.
Yeah.
It's 10 attacks or you can do 20. But he's got a 4-up invuln, and he doesn't have a ward.
No.
No, he does benefit from Lookout, sir.
Yep, because he has 9 wounds.
And that's what the point of the retinue is.
Mm-hmm. Because they're hard to kill.
Blade Guard veterans
and they make him harder to kill.
are very hard to kill.
Yeah.
So are Deathwing Terminators, even with the
Even with the nerf, yeah.
Even with the loss of Transhuman. But you can give Blade Guard veterans Transhuman with the stratagem.
It's true. So yeah, he is...
You're going to have to do that because he won't survive.
No. I was watching a video earlier that was like putting him up against other like big bads of other factions, and he did not win many of them one-on-one.
No.
He needs his retinue.
A Vanquisher kills him in one shot.
Wow.
Because it ignores invulns, and that's all he has.
Yep.
And he does have some protection against Psychers.
Yeah.
So Psyker mortal wounds won't really kill him in it, but he doesn't have a built-in mortal wound save.
No.
He doesn't have any kind of ward save. He doesn't have any shenanigans for not getting shot besides Lookout, sir.
Yep.
And he can deep strike.
Yeah. He does have the forest.
The forest walking path.
Yeah.
And I believe his retinue can come with him.
Ooh, that I don't know.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Either way, you're probably going to want to put your... If it can't, you're going to want to put them in strategic reserve.
Yeah, definitely.
Because otherwise, you're going to deep strike and he's going to go high, and you're going to get shot off the board.
Yeah. He is not terribly defensively strong.
No.
And his offensive isn't as big as some of the other ones.
He is terribly defensively strong in melee.
Yes.
Because he always gets to hit you first.
Yep.
And that shield reflects damage.
Mm-hmm.
You don't charge this guy. He wins.
Yep.
Like, basically, unless you have another fight first that cancels his.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So all that, so with me just saying that he's not very good rules-wise, this also has been making me look at Dark Angels.
Yeah. He's still an amazing model. Like, there has not been a single model that made me want to play an entire faction except for him.
Vashtorr came close for me.
Yep.
But then I saw how bad his rules were.
Yep.
This guy, it's carried through even despite his rules being not he's not like amazing.
Yeah, he's not as bad as Vashtorr.
Oh God, no. Vashtorr's bad.
But
Lion's good.
Yeah,
he's just not. He's not game-breakingly good, which is fine, by the way.
Good thing.
Yes, he should not be. I don't care if he is a Primarch. He should not be an auto-include in every Dark Angels list.
I was seeing some of the damage output of some of the other like big bags of the other factions, and I'm like, that's too much, guys.
Mortarion dumpsters him.
Yep, Mortarion dumpsters him. The Silent King, even some of the Catan, because he is like Angron. He has no anti-wound cap.
Nope.
He has no damage reduction ignores. Like.
And that's a problem in 40k. The fact that there is this huge chasm between those who have this one particular rule and those who don't.
Yeah. It's bad that it exists.
One of the things they've talked about with 10th edition is the damage is out of control.
Yeah, it is.
Such to the point that someone is not considered durable unless they have one of those things.
Yep.
Which sucks, but maybe, 10th edition's coming.
Yep.
This guy could be absolutely busted in 10th edition. He could be absolutely wet paper towel.
Mm-hmm. We did see that they did already give a preview of his rules in the one of the 10th edition things that he gets the can't be shot from more than 12 away.
Yes.
I don't remember what that one's called. It's the new Lookout, sir.
Yes.
As long as he's near I think it was specifically a Dark Angels unit, but
yes.
I might be wrong there.
Yep.
So he will have at least that.
Which is much, much better because that means my Vanquisher has to drive up to him.
Yep.
And if my Vanquisher is in driving range, he's in charging range. And the Vanquisher doesn't win that fight.
No, I don't think it does.
You got one shot. Kill the angry old man before he kills you.
But yeah, model fantastic. Rules are on par with where it should be. Maybe a little bit overcosted, but I think he's great.
Yep. And I want to get... I cannot wait until he comes out on his own so I can buy and paint one.
And until then, I've been Mitchell.
I've been Josh.
Bye.